Guys, welcome back again to another video. If you are new in this channel, this is Queen Sharon Entertainment and home of freedom fighters. If you haven't joined our family, join us by hitting the red button down below on the bell notification icon, so whenever we have a new video in this channel, you will get notified. Thank you so much for chilling in. I love you.
I want everyone to listen. Look at Obi here. Look at Obi. Anybody with such character cannot qualify to make any change in a very dangerous diversity like Nigeria. He is already a stooge. That is why we are not going to, trade anything for this freedom that we have this year. I want you to listen.
Predominantly Islamic society, you should make the non-Muslim feel like he needs to become Muslim in order for him to have equal rights.
Do you see that? In order for Pieter Obi to have equal right to become the president of Nigeria, he has to dress like this. He has to go and start praying the faith which he don't know anything about. In order to become the president of Nigeria, Pieter Obi have to do this. Can you believe that? And this is not just about Pieter Obi. Even you today that is shouting one Nigeria and condemning, maybe you see Pieter Obi, you say, oh, nothing, there is no problem. Ask yourself, how many of them will come to blend with you for them to become the president of Nigeria? They don't need you. They don't need you. And it is the same thing in police. It is the same thing in the military. It is the same thing in all the sectors of Nigeria economy. I want you to understand that before you can get admission into Nigeria Defense Academy, some Biafrans have changed their name to Musa and Mohammed. Because of what? Because of what this man said here.
Predominantly Islamic society,
I want you to listen.
You should make the non-Muslim feel like he needs to become Muslim in order for him to have equal rights.
In order for you to have equal rights in Nigeria, you have to dress like this. In order for Obi to be like them and be totally acceptable in the northern Nigeria, for him to get vote in the northern Nigeria, he needs to be like this. Is that how you think in the south part of Nigeria? Is that how you think as a Christian? Is that how you think as a Christian? Now, as a Biafran, must somebody be something that, embrace your culture or your religion before you can now make the person feel the sense of belonging? The answer is no. We are poles apart. I want you to understand this is the destruction that have befall you today that are shouting for one Nigeria. And it is not only this, so I'm going to come with another video of El Rufai that will shock you.
It is important for the Muslim to make the non-Muslim believe that there is a benefit for the non-Muslim to become Muslim. And one of the ways you do it is by the hadith that you just mentioned. And by the way, you're absolutely right. It's a hadith. But the implementation of this hadith cannot, the ulama have said, cannot be implemented in a society such as this, because this will bring maybe more difficulty to the Muslim communities or the Muslim individual if he did that based on that.
Did you hear that? He's somewhere in the West, and he's telling you that it is very difficult for somebody to do that in the country where he is, maybe in the US or something like that. That's why I've always said, when you talk about diversity in America, America has no diversity. Any day Sharia law become law in part of America, then you have a diversity. And some people will say, is it only religion? Is it only Sharia law that makes people for diversity? This is the dangerous one. I agree, yes. Until you have Sharia law in America, then you can compare America. You can use that is the kind of diversity we are trying to separate ourselves from. Okay? The diversity that is very dangerous to the extent that when somebody does a mistake and insult somebody that is in their Quran, the person gets killed, gets stoned and killed. That is a dangerous diversity. That is a destructive diversity. Today, the two major political parties supported the lynching of Deborah. Atiku campaigned for the lynching of Deborah. Is that the kind of Nigeria you want to be part of? Tinubu and Shetima campaign. Shetima, of course, is the founder of Boko Haram, campaigned for the killing of Deborah. How do you reconcile that kind of dangerous diversity? Very destructive diversity. Because Deborah is not a Muslim. She don't know anything about Muslim. So whatever she does, she was doing it with the knowledge she had from the Christian background. So everything Deborah did, she is, a novice. She doesn't know anything about Islamic law, but she was killed unjustly under Islamic doctrine in her own country where she is not a Muslim. So how do you reconcile that? And this is just one of the example of many, many thousands of the cases, including the terrorists that are coming to our land to kill in the name of Fulani herdsmen. So you need to understand that for you to be able to live in your land, you have to be separated from Nigeria. And every leader who you are hoping on today have sworn allegiance to this Islamic doctrine. That means that they are going to be controlling them. So, and I want to tell you that you have been voting and participating in this electoral process for many years. What has that done for you? Now you participated in the East in 2015. Let us start from 2015. You voted Omahe, you voted Ugwanyi, you voted, what is the name, Obiano, you voted Ikpazu, you voted the Hope Uzodinma, you voted the Wike. Look around yourself, check around those states. What has these people you voted for done for you? The only thing they have done for you is destruction. The only thing they have done for you is killing. Omahe and the other 5 Southeast governors, they came together and formed a Bubago. They did not form a Bubago to fight against Fulani terrorists. They formed a Bubago to kill Biafrans, the people that voted them into the power. Today, a Bubago has been disbanded in Ebonyi State. So ask yourself, what dividends have you received or have you gotten from participating in the electoral process since 2015? The dividend you got from participating in Nigeria electoral process in 2015 is this. I want to show you something. Now, the only dividends that, at least this one now something that you remember very well. This is the dividend of your participation in the frontland country and the evil entity called Nigeria election since 2015. Any indigene of Kaduna State that has the old note from now to the next 4 years, listen, to the next 4 years, if APC is elected, UBA will return his money. So, El-Rufai, a sitting governor of Kaduna State in the north, a sitting on all the crises everywhere, a sitting governor in the northern Nigeria, going from ward to ward, local government to local government, telling them that, you see, if you have 5 billion, don't worry. Once APC win this presidential election, UBA will return your money and collect the old note in the next 4 years. So, while Ndibo has been subjected to all manner of degrading treatment, including subjecting them to start destroying banks, the North have been, they have enlightened them that, this is just why you don't worry. You people should not do anything. And as I'm talking to you today, they are still collecting the old note in the North. And this man is promising them in the next 4 years, you will still be using the Naira, the old note. So if you have money, don't worry. Allow the people, the Biafrans and Yorubas and the Christians to kill themselves. That we are going to collect your money for the next 4 years. How do you reconcile that? And nobody is talking. Not even Obi. Obi cannot talk because Obi need to respect them in order for them not to attack him. Okay? And we, the new generation of Biafra, cannot sit back and watch you lead our people into another hellfire. He said, we will ensure that you get your money. So stop changing notes. Are you listening? Why the government of Nigeria are telling Nigerians from the south to change their note, giving them last date. This man, a governor, is telling them to stop changing their note. Are you listening? And tell everyone to stop taking note to the bank. Are you hearing it? Governor, how many of you have seen where Omahe Hope Uzodinma, all these criminals in the southeast, going to any local government in the east because let them pretend they love our people. Go say, oh, come, I see that people are dying, people are, there is a protest everywhere. Please, don't go change your money again. We are going to give you your money. I guarantee you that government, how many governors can do that? Because they are not part of this Nigeria estate. They are not part of it. Here I remember one boy, they are slave. One boy, they don't have say in Nigeria. But look at somebody who is not a president. He is not central bank governor. He is only a governor in one state. Just like Omahe and Co are governors in part of the Biafra land, exactly the same status. But today, he have the capacity, the audacity, and the authority to tell the other Fulani people in Kaduna that they shouldn't go and change their money again. How can you reconcile this kind of dangerous diversity? So when you see that people are telling you, using America to give you references of what is diversity, tell them no. America doesn't have that diversity that we are running away from. America have a very workable system and they practice what we call federalism. Do you see this such thing in America where America will change their dollar and tell everybody to return their dollar, and one governor in one state will be telling them, no, in this state, you are going to use this dollar for the next 4 years. Just vote me, and that's it. Is that the kind of diversity you have practiced in America? The answer is no. So I want you to listen. When you transact, collect the old note if you are giving. Are you hearing that? When you transact, they are telling them why they are killing you in the south, threatening you and police shooting you. This man is telling you when you transact and somebody give you old note, don't bother, collect it. And it is happening as I speak to you today. You see, this is what they want. Tell everyone. Tell everyone in Kaduna State. Anyone with the old note, go ahead and make purchases. Are you hearing it? Tell every trader. Stop insisting on collecting only the new note. Your businesses will crumble. They are crumbling your business in the south and turn around to tell you that, oh, you must obey Nigeria law. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? El-Rufai is telling them that the idea is to crumble the business of the people of the south because they know that Nigeria is going to end this year and we're going to end it. So now you see the conspiracy here. How can you stay with such people? How can you go and validate a country that does this kind of injustices to you? How? How? I want to know what kind of juju that they are using on you that you will go and validate a country that have practically displayed this kind of injustice on your people. That is what they want. Tell everyone. With the old note should go ahead and make purchases. Nasser El-Rufai and UB and Obasani and Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
The Obasani, the Asiwaju Bola Tinubu
have promised you if we are elected, this policy will be changed. Are you people hearing it? Are you people hearing it? This is the problem of Nigeria. Now, of course, they have to be, it has to be coming from the Muslims because they claim they own Nigeria and you don't have any say in whatever they decide about Nigeria.
Predominantly Islamic society, you should make the non-Muslim feel like he needs to become Muslim in order for him to have equal rights. It is important for the Muslim to make the non-Muslim believe that there is a benefit for the non-Muslim to become Muslim.
Are you hearing it? They want to make you believe that there is a benefit for non-Muslim to become Muslim. And let me tell you, do not laugh over it, because they did it to the current Speaker of the House of Representatives. Femi Fabaja-Amila also was not a Muslim before he became the Speaker of the House of Representatives. They say, if you convert to Islam, we will make you a speaker. He converted to Islam. They took him to Saudi Arabia. He came back and they did whatever they did. And today, he is the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the National Assembly, because he have to change his religion and become a Speaker of the Nigeria House of Representatives. So this is practical. If they do it, they show. These people will stop at nothing to compel you to what you don't want. And that is what we are fighting against. So let us watch.
One of the ways you do it is by the hadith that you just mentioned. And by the way, you're absolutely right. This is a hadith sahih. But the implementation of this hadith cannot, the ulama have said, cannot be implemented in a society such as this, because this will bring maybe more difficulty to the Muslim communities or the Muslim individual if he did that based on that. There was a time when this area that we call Turkey, there was no Muslims, there was no Islam, right?
All right.
And then people came, and in Turkey in particular, it was not a result of merchants coming with dawah. It was a result of jihad. People became Muslims as a result of the fact that Muslims came with the sword, established Sharia, and as a result of the establishment of Sharia, many people